All right, just here with John Tate from Nightcliff Cricket Club. I first played against Tatey back in, I think it was 2001. He was captain of Nightcliff Twos. And he first came to Darwin, I think it was it 99, you say?
99 came to Darwin.
And since then he's become a life member at
Yep.
Nightcliff. I think it's twice or three times over with the amount of volunteer work you've done here. And not only that, I reckon you're a great asset to cricket in the territory. You umpire, you're always involved with committee stuff and helping out, going to the NICC and stuff like that, or Imparja Cup, and doing any of those rural umpiring stuff. So, but one of your great passions besides the umpiring and playing the game is looking after this masterpiece here. So Tay, just tell us a bit about yourself and how you fell into the curating role at Nightcliff Cricket Club.
Thanks, Jack, for all those kind words. Yeah, we came from Nooka to Darwin in 99. My kids, the two boys, played cricket here. Probably in this day and age, my daughter would have too. So Alex started in the under-15s, then James started in Milo cricket, and I just helped out as a parent, as I think everybody should. So that was my start, and then played B grade, had a couple of A grade games, played B grade, and as you say, captain for a couple of years, and then captain C grade for a while. Played with Alex, played with James, then James overtook me and went to O grade. So I've had some nice times here, but did a lot in the junior space as well when they were young. But as they left and got older, I got more interested in the curating side of it. I've always liked growing things, growing grass and trees. So that was sort of natural for me. Sean Kenny and Brad Hatton were around in those days, so I was helping them doing the wicket, and then slowly took over about maybe 2013, thereabouts. So yeah, it's been good.
It's been quite a journey for you. It's obviously a lot of learning there for you.
Yeah, absolutely, Jack. People like you, NT cricket staff, John Shannon from Melbourne's been very good. So you just listen to a lot of people, try to make sure it all makes sense. And I'm still learning and changing at the moment. You know, the time of week you flood the wicket, how often you cut the grass, how often you fertilise it. I do a lot of work in the wet season with the footy club to keep it in pristine condition, and they're really good. They stay off it unless they really have to be on it.
I was going to say that's a great asset that you've got there, and building that relationship, because just makes it easier for you for round one. And
yeah, that's right. And look, Graham Shaw and those people have been great, and the coaches. Even the first of the three premierships they came and sat the flag and the cup in the middle of the wicket for a photo, so they understand and they respect it. Before one grand final, they were having a Saturday morning warm up, and they were running from goal to goal in a big straight line, and I came out with the boys and had a look, and they looked across and saw me, and the line just spread and went around the wicket. So it's nice to have that sort of respect.
Yeah. No worries. And so from when you took over 2013, I remember probably a couple of years before that, where the pitch had a certain sort of reputation. That's changed now. We've seen plenty of hundreds out here, and even this season. So that must be sort of pleasing for you to see those sort of results.
Yeah. I don't for the life of me know why Alex Bleakley doesn't come and play here, because he gets 100 every time he bats on this wicket. Yeah, it is. It's good to see. You want a good challenge between bat and ball. They've been telling me lately that there's a bit in it early, so that's good. That's about where I want it. And then if you can be here at 5 o'clock, then there's plenty of runs here. And the outfield that we've also worked on with council and through local government and the aldermen is cut like a bowling green now, whereas when I came here early it was just 35 mil. Good enough for footy, good enough for cricket, and it took a long time to win that battle, but it's one of the best outfields now already.
No, it is excellent. Green, fast, value for runs, and the wicket obviously changed there. I did play it on a couple of weeks ago. I made 84, so I've got no question marks there from me.
That's right. Yeah, it did. We have taken profiles. You could see a little bit of thatch from the old days when it was known as Little Mumbai, and probably not many grass clippings were removed. But we kept it clean and regenerated and top dressed twice a year for the last 10 years at least. So I think that's all coming to fruition, as well as the new 6th wicket we put in, and that'll tell us what 250 mil of solid clay compacted by 5 layers of trench roll will compare to a 25-year-old square. So we're looking forward to that comparison.
Yeah, it was great to see that project last year. So have you noticed much difference with the square in terms of maintenance and that? Has it been beneficial?
The 6 wickets is really good. You know, we get a fair bit of pressure on this from women's games most Friday nights, and of course juniors before B grade and Sunday cricket. So it does get a fair hammering. So that extra option, the extra square on the outside, extra wicket on the outsides, made a big difference to how far you can make the square last. And as you can see, this time of year, 3/4 of the way through the year, the coverage is pretty good. Just a few footholds, but pretty well solid grass for the rest of it.
Yeah, you were sort of just brainstorming there about the footholds. I think you're doing a pretty good job, mate. I think most people will be pretty happy with just the bare areas just in the crease line and nothing down the square. So yeah, I don't think there's too much more you can do. Yeah. And just you had midweek games. You're going with this track again.
Yep.
How'd you find the midweek stuff?
Look, it's always a challenge. It's obviously part of your role to support the competition and the young visiting teams. So I've got no worries with it in principle. I probably would opt for earlier games next time, earlier in the week. The later Wednesday, Thursdays sort of restrict you a bit in what you can do in terms of flooding. But they were good. The visiting teams here all respect the wicket and the surrounds and that sort of thing. So and it promotes the club. So people think well of Nightcliff and its facilities.
Yeah, I think I saw was it cricket mentoring, Tom Scully down here having a look and a bit of a train on.
Yeah, Tom was back with his boys. So Tom played here, I think, around about 2008 or thereabouts.
He was at 2007 season, I think. Yeah.
Made a lot of runs. And has been to England since and come back and set up his cricket program.
It's been awesome to see having that relationship too, and him coming back.
And we've given him his cap, so we have numbered caps for every player who's played A grade. So he's received his cap. I don't know what number it was, but we do a presentation for all new players who play A grade, and then we catch up on a few of the old ones from time to time. So
that's awesome.
Eventually, going right back to the 1960s, we'll have everybody capped.
Easy. And just obviously we've got this wicket here, about to mark up. You got all the kit here.
Yep.
Tell me about the prep that's gone into this week.
Okay, so Southern Districts. I want to make this an even hand for both Southern Districts and Nightcliff. Was flooded Wednesday night to the point of pooling. Yesterday lunchtime I wet rolled it and sealed it. Just put clippings in the footholes. So the wicket is a week old, so the compaction should be pretty good, I would think. Tomorrow morning I'll roll it, brush it and cut it again, but there'll still be plenty of grass on it, I think.
What height are you cutting it at?
I'm cutting it 6 mil now and on Wednesday, but tomorrow it'll be, what's -1, about 4 mil?
5 mil, 5 mil I reckon,
yeah. So about 5 mil tomorrow. Don't like to go below that. I want to keep the square and the grass and the wicket with a reasonable amount of grass, which I think is probably a current trend. So I'm predicting probably it's a 250, 300 wicket if you bat well. You know, keep the good balls out, bat for the day. Our A-grader Paul got 100 last week without hitting the boundaries. So hit a boundary to get 100. So that's the sort of grounds you got here. You get, as you said, you get value for your runs. Keep the ball on the ground, keep the good ball out. They'll be fine.
Easy.
So good luck to the district boys.
And just in terms of wickets you've prepared, have you had any favourites you've done? Have you always, and just going with that, do you get to umpire too many times on the wickets you've done?
I don't get to umpire here very often. I suppose the most pleasing wicket I ever prepared was when Jai Richardson, coming back from recovery, came and played a game for Nightcliff. And I'd been umpiring and I came back and I asked how he went, and they said, oh, he was terribly inaccurate. You know, there were 2 lots of 4 byes that bounced over the batsman's head, and I thought that's absolutely fantastic. Love that sort of bounce. That's great. Went right over the batsman's head and over the keeper's head, so I thought that's fantastic. It's got to be a good wicket.
Yeah, that's a bit different from 2008-7 when I was playing out here, where it's lucky to bounce to a keeper twice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but like it is a 25-year-old square, so clay always deteriorates over time. So at some stage we're probably going to need to do. It's a footy ground as well, so we would probably do maybe another 3 wickets during the cricket season, and redo them to about 100 mil and play on 3 wickets, and then do the other one in a couple of years' time. So I reckon that's probably the plan, but we'll just wait and see how the new wicket, when it settles down, compares to the old square. If there's not much difference, well, there's probably no point ripping the whole thing up.
Yep.
If there's significant difference with a really good new wicket with really fresh clay, then you go ahead and do the rest of the square.
Yeah, I think just if you've got good maintenance practices, which you do, you generally can keep going with it for as long as you want.
Yeah.
And just in terms of umpiring at our venues, has there been any sort of tracks you've seen you go, wow, I would love to have produced that, or just got in the ear of a curator to find out what he's done to do that, to make that?
Yeah, look, the NT cricket wickets are always good, towards a good standard with professional staff, but I always like talking to Des at Palmerston. He's got a really beautiful green square. His grass sits up on when he's prepared it and cut it and rolled it. There's always a bit in it for the bowler, particularly at the eastern end, I reckon. So yeah, that's one I often admire. Adam, who you interviewed last week, is doing a great job at Tracy from what it was.
Yep.
It's a bit like playing beach cricket there for a while, a few years ago. But
very interesting.
Yeah, so he's.
Well, that's probably the equivalent of what Nightcliff of old used to be like.
Yeah. Put a lot of work in, which you've got to. It's just work and time, but I enjoy it out here. Our B-grade boys have just turned up to mark the lines. So just about to finish off his interview, mate. We roster someone on every week to do the lines, and we roster someone on to clean the change room. So if you play at Nightcliff Oval, you've got to do the work. That's
excellent. Great initiative there. Gets everyone involved and pass a bit of knowledge on as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do. They understand what each line's worth, what it's for. They understand that the bowling crease has absolutely no value other than where to put the stumps. And they understand the back foot no ball rules. So all of that, I think, is very good.
And just probably to finish, obviously you get asked, we've got a B-grade skipper here. Does he just come up and get you in your ear early in the week, or does he come up late and try to get you to change something real late in the week and you go, yeah mate, that's not happening?
Yeah, look, I've spoken to a few people about this who've had similar problems, and the guys here just don't ask anymore because I keep telling them I've seen too many doctored wickets get completely stuffed up and go against what you really wanted for them. And the other thing is it just creates more work for the curator. So and then you're trying to repair your work after that. So
and potentially your reputation as well.
That's right, that's my reputation. So they get on the second week as close to the first week as I can do, but the second week is always a different wicket. So it's had more games on it, it's had more rolling. You can't expect exactly the same wicket, but you try to make it a reasonable cricket wicket.
No worries,
Shane Warne used to get lots of wickets bowling at the Gabba, so
that's right.
Anybody who bowls well will get wickets.
And so, in like another life, say you were a teacher originally, were you? If you go again, would you trade that in for a?
I actually got accepted into horticulture at Burnley Horticultural School in Melbourne. It's probably what I should have done, but the teaching scholarship was just too good. I just wanted to play footy and cricket in Essendon. I didn't care what I did, and I just fell into teaching. So, but yeah, probably horticulture. Probably would have been what I would have done, to be honest.
And just to close, anything you would say to anybody trying to aspire to be a curator or helping out at Clubland? Any just little tip you just pass on just as a one-off?
Look, you've got to put in the hours and the work, I reckon. Don't hesitate to ask someone. So lots of people around want to share their knowledge. And it's very satisfying. cracker night, I was out here at 7 o'clock just as the sun went down and the world was exploding around me, and I had the earmuffs on, rolling the wickets, and it was just so peaceful. You know, it was the best spot in the territory to be. So
Well, that's amazing. Would have loved to see a little video of that.
yeah.
Easy. All right, thanks very much for that, John. Keep doing the good work.
Thanks for your time, Jack.
Cheers.